Hey guys, it's Areesa. Welcome back to my channel. It has been way too long since I have filmed a video. I am so sorry. I have missed filming so much. So I am happy to be back, and I am back with a chocolate truffle cake. You guys, I am telling you, this is one of the best tasting cakes I have ever made, and it's actually pretty easy to make. So stay tuned for that. And also, I'm going to show you a great trick for how to write on a cake if you're not great at writing or you just want to improve upon it. This trick is literally foolproof. So before we get started, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Desserts by Areesa, and I am also on TikTok now, so follow me there as well. It's just Areesa, just like this channel name. All right, let's get right into the video. So a little disclaimer here. Oh my god, this is hot. Little disclaimer here, I actually already made this cake. I made it a few days ago and I didn't have time to film a full video, but I did film the entire process of making it. So sit back, grab a cup of tea or coffee or whatever it is you like. Try not to burn yourself like I did. And let's look at how I made this cake. Okay guys, so the first thing I did was make a chocolate ganache. I used a 1-to-1 ratio of heavy cream to chocolate. Then you want to let your ganache sit for about 30 minutes at room temperature to thicken a little bit, and then you're going to whip it up. And keep in mind that once you whip it, the ganache will actually start to set pretty quickly, so you don't want to whip it until you are ready to assemble your cake. Okay, so to assemble the cake, I'm actually going to use a ring mold. You can use a springform pan if you don't have one, but this gives really nice, crisp, clean edges, which I absolutely love. So I definitely would prefer to use this, but if you don't have it, no worries. So what we're going to do is line the outside of the mold with our whipped ganache. And then we're gonna layer in some chocolate cake that I sliced nice and thin, and then some chocolate simple syrup, which is just simple syrup with a little bit of cocoa powder in it, and just layer that up until you hit the top of your cake. And then we're going to just smooth that all out. Okay, so now you want to let your cake set up in the fridge for at least a couple hours, preferably overnight. So while that was chilling, I moved on to decorations. And for that, let me tell you about the trick I promised you guys. Literally all it is to write on a cake, if you're not great at it or you just want to use a fancier writing, which I like to do sometimes, is just take a printout of the font you want in the right size, and then all you do is take a sheet of acetate or parchment paper if you don't have any, place it on top, and you just trace it. It's that simple. Why did it take me so long to think of that? I have no idea, but anyways, let's watch exactly how I did it. Okay, so all I did was chop up some caramelized white chocolate and I melted it down. You can use any kind of chocolate you like. You can even use candy melts for this, it'll work just fine. And then all you're gonna do is make a parchment cone, which is super, super easy. You just use a triangle of parchment paper and wrap it up like this. Place your chocolate inside, close it up, and just snip a little hole on the bottom. Okay, so then I went ahead and just traced out my design. You can see I didn't follow it exactly because I ended up wanting it a little bit larger, but you can easily just trace exactly what you see, and then I just pop that in the freezer to set. Then I just took a bunch of extra chocolate and chopped them up into kind of a chunky texture, and that's gonna go around the bottom of the cake. Okay, so now that all of my decorations were ready to go, it's time to unmold and decorate the cake. This is by far my favorite part, so let's get right into that. Okay, so what I did was heated up the mold a little bit just with a torch. You can use a blow dryer if you don't have a torch, that'll work as well. And that just lets the mold slide right off of the cake, and it is oh so satisfying to watch. And then I went ahead and took my ganache, which is the exact same recipe that we made in the beginning. I just didn't whip it, obviously. And I'm going to pour that over the cake. The key here is you do not want to touch the top of that cake with a spatula or anything like that. You can see I'm just swirling it around, and that'll give a nice, clean, gorgeous finish on top. Then I hit it with my torch a little bit to smooth out any imperfections and also pop any air bubbles that might be in the ganache. Okay, so now it's time to add a little drizzle on top of the cake. You can be nice and rustic with this. I used the same caramelized white chocolate, but it was a little bit crooked because I was looking in the camera instead of at the cake. And I know I shouldn't have excuses, but I do, so just ignore that. Okay, thank you. And I'm adding some of these little chocolate pearls. Then I just took my little chocolate chunks and carefully placed them around the bottom of the cake. You want to do this before it sets up completely. And then I'm topping it off with just a little bit of whipped ganache to tie everything together. And then all that's left to do is transfer that cake onto a cake board very carefully. And then you have a beautiful chocolate truffle cake. Now, I wish I could share this with you guys, but since I can't, I'm going to enjoy it all to myself. Okay, so that is pretty much it for today's video, guys. I hope you liked it. I hope you try out this cake, or at least the writing tip. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who's been super patient with me while I've been gone. I've gotten lots of messages saying when is your next video and that you guys are waiting for me to post again, and I appreciate that so much. I love to read those comments. I'm so sorry it took me so long, but I am happy to be back now. So hopefully my next video will be very soon. But that's about it. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions or what you want to see next, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye, guys.